All right, so I'm gonna play this. Give me a yes if you can hear this video when I play it. Here it goes.
Monopoly with you. And for 400 rounds of playing Monopoly, I didn't allow you to have any money. I didn't allow you to have anything on the board. I didn't allow for you to have anything. And then we played another 50 rounds of Monopoly, and everything that you gained and you earned while you were playing that round of Monopoly was taken from you. That was Tulsa. That was Rosewood. Those are places where we built black economic wealth, where we were self-sufficient, where we owned our stores, where we owned our property, and they burned them to the ground. Not only do you not get to play, you have to play on the behalf of the person that you're playing against. You have to play and make money and earn wealth for them, and then you have to turn it over to them. So then for 50 years, you finally get a little bit and you're allowed to play, and every time that they don't like the way that you're playing, or that you're catching up, or that you're doing something to be self-sufficient, they burn your game. They burn your cards. They burn your Monopoly money. And then, finally, at the release and the onset of that, they allow you to play and they say, okay, now you catch up. Now, at this point, the only way you're going to catch up in the game is if the person shares the wealth, correct? But what if every time you share the wealth, then there's psychological warfare against you to say, oh, you're an equal opportunity hire? How can you win?
Okay, so let's address that last part where she talked about the psychological warfare. That's a big one, right? How many of you would agree that there's a lot of psychological warfare that happens when it comes to Black America? How many of you would agree with that? Give me a yes in the chat if you agree. And also, let me ask you this: how many of you would agree that their psychological warfare even extends beyond what they do to the Black community? That there are corporations that engage in psychological warfare. The government engages in psychological warfare against its people. How many of you would agree with that? All right, so let's talk about that. So the first step towards solving a problem is to have some degree of awareness of the problem. So I would argue with to say that capitalism is a greedy beast. Capitalism. I'm not saying that I like socialism or Marxism better. I think a blend of the three is actually the best approach. But capitalism is kind of a one of these things that it's a greedy beast, but it's a little bit of a colorblind greedy beast unless your color gives it an advantage, right? So it reminds me of when Hillary Clinton made some racist statements about Barack Obama during the election, and they said, "Oh, look, this proves Hillary Clinton is a racist." I don't really know if Hillary Clinton wakes up every day thinking, "How can I be a racist?" I saw her as a person that was trying to win an election. And as a person trying to win an election, if she sees that, defining Barack Obama as a radical black man is going to help her get an advantage, I could see her using that, whether she's racist or not. So, with that said, I would almost look at capitalism in kind of the same way. If capitalism knows that there's a way to manipulate you, if capitalism knows that maybe you're in poverty or that you're more subject to misinformation or whatever, it's going to use that. So if they, for example, if you go to a lot of black neighborhoods, you'll notice that there's a lot more ads for like unhealthy stuff. There's like the liquor store over here, the gun shop next door to that. There's like fast food advertisements everywhere so they can make sure they kill you with the fast food. And why would they do that? Well, because they say in these neighborhoods people buy more Popeyes chicken than other neighborhoods. Um, are they doing that just because you're black? Well, no, because they probably wouldn't do the same thing in a black neighborhood where people were more educated on food, on healthy food and things like that, and had a little more discipline about what they eat and more opportunity as well, right? Where maybe they have enough money to actually order healthy food, right? So the capitalism isn't saying I just want to find the black people. The capitalism saying I want to find the people that are going to be more likely to do what I need them to do. You understand? The capitalism says I'm going to just see, I'm going to poke around and see where my opportunities are because capitalism is all about growth at all costs. So where can I grow? Where can I sell this food? If I can't sell my food to you, then I'm not going to sell it to you anymore. I'm not going to run ads in your neighborhood. But if I see, according to the data, that you're more likely to come to the Popeyes chicken that I put on the corner of your neighborhood, then I'm going to put as many as I can in that space. So with that said, when she talks about the psychological warfare, I think that's very, very deep. I don't know if we spend enough time really talking about that and also working around that.